A diverse gut microbiome is thought to be a healthy microbiome, and that's really important for overall good health. Now, the problem is a low FODMAP diet cuts out or really restricts a lot of the food compounds that feed a diverse and therefore a healthy gut microbiome. So in this video, I want to first explain why that's the case, and then what foods you can actually have so that you are still nurturing or maintaining a diverse and healthy microbiome, but also are able to follow a low FODMAP protocol to resolve IBS. My name is Joe. I'm a dietitian. My company is the largest online dietitian company that works with women to resolve their long-term digestive disorders. And so if you need to fix your gut health and you're following a low FODMAP diet, then this video is definitely for you. And if you stick around to the end, I have a full written guide about nurturing the gut microbiome and how you might do that following a low FODMAP diet or trying to navigate a digestive disorder at the same time. So make sure you stick around to the end. So just quickly, what's the microbiome, right? I want to give you the context. 100 trillion microbes that live in your digestive tract, namely your large intestine or your colon, okay? And it is really important for our health. More and more research shows that it impacts your inflammatory response, your immune system, potentially weight management, definitely digestive health, definitely mental health and how we feel about stress or anxiety or depression or happiness. All these things appear to be affected by our gut microbiome. Now, to build on top of that, when you have an imbalance in the microbiome, or what's thought to be an imbalance, we call it gut dysbiosis. So it could be an overgrowth of potentially a bad bacteria or not enough of what's believed to be the beneficial bacteria. So things are out of balance, and we call this dysbiosis. If you have had IBS for a long time, maybe you have a bowel disease, some type of colitis, maybe it's diverticular disease or diverticulitis, or you've had gastritis. There's all sorts of different things, but there's a chance you've had dysbiosis or you do currently have dysbiosis. And then the problem is if you're then going to go with a low FODMAP diet, there's many different protocols you can follow. But in this instance, I'm talking about a low FODMAP diet, then you could potentially further exacerbate that dysbiosis unless you do it properly, which is what I want to talk about. The reason this is because FODMAP compounds are actually good for us. Okay, a lot of them are prebiotics, which means they contain compounds that feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut and contribute to that good diversity that we need, or that's thought that we need to be healthy and happy long term. So when you go low FODMAP, you are then removing a lot of those prebiotic sources, and that's a major problem, especially if you're low FODMAP for an extended period of time, years and onwards. You are meant to lower or eliminate a lot of FODMAPs and then actually bring them back very methodically. So in other words, yes, low FODMAP diet has its place, but if you likely have gut dysbiosis, or you suspect you do, we've had digestive issues for a long time, it might be long-term antibiotic use, something like that as well, then you want to be following a low FODMAP diet protocol, but ensure that you're having prebiotic-rich foods that are also low FODMAP. And people aren't doing that. That's the major issue. So they're not doing that, and they're also doing low FODMAP far too long. And these things can contribute to further gut dysbiosis and exacerbating your issues even longer than necessary. Now, I do want this video to be useful for you and have some actions you can take away. Obviously, if you're following a diet for medical issues, you should be having individual help. It's a low FODMAP diet is a medical diet made for a medical issue. You should be working with a dietitian. That's what we do. It's medical nutrition. It's our training. So obviously, for actual individual one-to-one help, you should be working with us or working with a dietitian who knows what they're talking about. But I do want this video to be practical for you, so I have a little list of things you could try to incorporate. So without being exhaustive, and quantity is really important as well, okay? So that has to be factored in. I've got a list here. So cabbage, chicory, small amounts of some legumes, okay? Potatoes with the skin on, green bananas, again, quantity is important. You don't want to have excessive amounts. Some nuts and seeds, that really depends on, if you've got diverticulitis or something, there's exceptions there. Whole grain rice, oats and quinoa. So those are a few of the foods that you should be incorporating into your day, because you can have them in low FODMAP quantities, but they are high in prebiotic fibers or compounds, basically. Then, of course, there's probiotics as well, which is another topic. I do have other videos about that, and we do recommend them in many instances, but there's different strains you can have and different types. So that's also something you could do, and 100% absolutely the mindset component. So thinking about anxiety and stress and gut-directed therapy. This is also really evidence-based, like a low FODMAP diet, that can also, it is shown to actually affect our gut microbiome. So this gut-brain axis, so our thoughts and how we process these emotions and deal with stress actually can directly change our gut microbiome as well. So it's not just diet. With the ladies that we work with, we're the only company I know in the world that is doing the nutrition component one-to-one and the gut-directed therapy component all under one roof with our clients. So we're really touching on all aspects, and that's why we get such good results. Anywho, I hope that was useful. I know everything I say, like, it almost has a caveat, like except in these cases, because it's true. It depends on the individual. But those foods I mentioned, you could look at incorporating those. And of course, if you haven't done so and you feel stuck, I strongly recommend you reach out to us and get some one-to-one help. Now, the list I mentioned in the beginning, if you would like that microbiome guide, it's a detailed written guide, a lot more in depth than what I've been able to say here, then just comment microbiome guide in the comments. Okay, put that in comments, and I know what you're looking for. Myself or the team can send you that guide for free. Last thing, if you found it useful, please give this video a thumb up or a heart. You can follow us, subscribe, or tag someone who might find this useful. Thank you.